successful souls, this is Lillian helping online spiritual coaches with their online spiritual coaching business to supercharge the results in 90 days or less to success. Now, this interview is taken from the Soul Central Summit, which we held on June the 10th, 2022 with Lara Nani. And she basically goes through how to get back to your best self. And in more detail, we go through the 7 chakras, their meanings and functions, how to unblock your chakras, how to awaken your chakras, and overall how to be the best version of yourself. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do have any questions, then feel free to let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Hey Lara, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. And you?
Yes, fantastic. Thanks ever so much for coming. I'll just do a bit of an intro. So welcome Lara and welcome all. This is the first ever Soul Central Summit 2022. We've been going live since 12 o'clock today UK time, and we'll be wrapping up at 6 o'clock UK time. You are actually the last coach of the amazing people I have in my life right now. I feel like since joining the circle that we are forming and that we are building as each event passes by, we are just like, I think, creating quite a powerhouse. You guys have all touched me in some way, shape or form. And I feel like as a spiritual coach online, as an empath, we need these awesome connections. And someone like yourself, Lara, you have so much to share. I've always enjoyed your energy. I find you so much fun. You know, you've got that real giggly, carefree spirit that comes through every time I connect with you. It's really quite infectious. So I really wanted you to be part of the summit for that reason, and obviously others as well. But I just always enjoy being in your company. So thanks ever so much, Lara, for joining us today. For those who are joining live via my YouTube channel, Lillian, and you haven't quite registered, then feel free to drop me a link, or a message, sorry, and I'll drop you a link. You can then register for this event and you'll get the 7 free gifts that every coach we have heard from today has offered. If you are live in the Facebook group with me and you haven't quite registered for this summit, that's fine. You have until midnight tonight to register. You'll find the link in all the posts I've been posting throughout the day today. But if you still can't find that particular registration email, or sorry, the link, I will send you the link. Just drop me a personal message if you want. And if you are live on this call right now, it means that you have actually registered, which is awesome. And if you're watching the replay, whether it's live or the replay, just go back to your emails. You will see the schedule of all our coaches today, and also all the links to all the gifts that the coaches today have offered. So back to you, Lara. Thanks so much, as mentioned, for joining us today. You are a very, very awesome Akashic record reader, and you are basically here to tell everyone how to get back to their usual self. So there must be times everyone can relate to where you might just be waking up groggy or tired, or something's not quite right, or, you know, not even waking up on a day, but there might be just some periods in your life where you just don't feel yourself. And we always desire to be our best version of ourselves, but sometimes we can't quite understand how to get there. So I believe, Lara, this is where you come into play, and you can help everyone on the call and those who watch the replay get to. So I would love to know about you more, Lara, to tell the audience about you, what you've done in your life and how you are and how you come to where you are today, that sort of thing.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited. And so the first time I found out that I was a healer, I was 15 years old. And but because of my life situation, and I was working with my dad in the hotel, and I didn't really follow the spiritual path. I was more into the mind, into the work, into what needed to be done, even though I always had this desire to find the truth and this need to find the truth. And I had a few interesting experience with my dog, which sounds weird, but it was my dog, where we were communicating with in a telepathic way. Nice. And that is, at the moment, that I found it quite normal. But then later in the year, in my life, I found out what the reason, which I will come along. At the age of 28, I decided to come to live in the UK to support my mum. I was supposed to go back to Italy, but I stayed. And so when I came in the UK, I wanted to look for myself. I was looking for myself, and I was looking for God. It's so interesting how the two were related. And what do? I grew up in Christianity, so where I go to the Italian community in Christianity. And then I couldn't feel I could relate, so I left. I went into a Korean center. Then after a while I left, I went into a Hindu center. Then I left, I went into another Hindu center. But all this journey, all this travel I went through is just to find where I always been, which is me.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. In the meantime, I did a lot of courses. I did the Reiki 1 and 2, reflexology, metamorphic technique, body massage, pranic healing, crystal pranic healing, and probably I forget some of them because it was just quite full on. Plenty of workshops, even not only into spirituality, but also into the practical, like to be a healer. And being in the UK, I carry on to work in catering, which was where I was born. And I've been managers in restaurants and waitress and managers, and switch a bit to have a rest from the pressure to be the manager. And then 8 years ago, I decided to open a restaurant. And I thought I was a superwoman, so I bought it on my own. But thanks to that type of journey, I feel like I was dealing a lot with my karma and learning the lessons over and over again until I managed to learn the lessons, hopefully. And again, I was doing a lot of courses and into spirituality. But one day, this group came and asked me if they could do meditation into my coffee shop. And I said, that's amazing. I didn't have time to do meditation, and they come to me. So they was doing meditation into my coffee shop, and I was just sitting there. Even though it's very interesting because I didn't separate myself with the restaurant. And that was quite a challenge because I put the restaurant before me. And I can see many people put family and business and work before themselves. And I think is a wrong combination, but we live and learn. And from that group, I learned I already learned the pranic healing, but what they were doing, they was doing like affirmation from how to release the energy and then use a pranic healing. Pranic healing is based on the 7 chakra. Actually, I work on the 11 chakras because there are a few of them at the back and front. They are energy center in the body. And they are like a cone coming out externally. So it depends how they are, or if they are blocked, or they could be shrink, or they can be congested, or I could feel stuff in it that doesn't make the work of the chakra rotate smoothly. So it depends how you look at it. If you look at it from your side, looking at me, it would be clockwise. Yes. And then what I do with a formation, I release energy from the body and I clear the chakra. Is a not touch technique, even though years ago, I learned prano healing, which is prano is actually the touch horn healing. That's why I didn't feel like Reiki was with me, because I could feel the energy coming out from my hands into the body. And the Reiki usually is a non-touch. And then I end up with pranic healing, is another not-touch healing. So I've been practicing and I received healing, and I've been giving healing for now nearly 6-7 years. And then one day I was doing healing, and I saw an entity. And that was very interesting because I could actually see. It's like if you imagine to see a white horse, it's the same things I could see the entity on my friend's body. And then I removed the entity, and then from 1, 2, 3, now I found it quite easy to remove. Entities is just a form of energy we call when we need them for help. We call them for help, especially when it's very hard time or during an accident, or we can't deal with the situation. Unconditionally, we call this entity to help us, to give us the lessons we needed to learn. The problem is the situation is into the spirit world, there is no time and space. So these entities, they don't realize that for us, as time goes on, for them, it's normal to be with us. So somehow they are in us. Not all the time, they come and go. And when we have in a situation in our life where we feel struggle, is their energies coming out. And that is the best way to work with when you struggle in life, because you have the emotions and the fear and the energy. And by reading the chakras of your body, I can feel the one heart stuck and the one needed to be clear or energized and so on. And with entities, they come only usually when you feel something in the body, when you feel pain in the body or you feel stuck in the body. That's where I can feel the entities there. And it sounds very weird. When I'm doing healing, I always bet and I yawn because I feel your energy, and for me it's good.
Yeah, it's a good sign. You're doing your work. Yes.
Yeah, but maybe people think I'm bored. But I'm not.
Well, actually, Andrew does the same. As you know, Andrew was on a little bit earlier today, and he often yawns because I've had work from him and you, and you both do the same thing. It's like a release, is it? Do you like absorb like your client's energy and then it comes out through a yawn? Is that what happens?
Well, I hope it's not really what I feel. I don't absorb, but when you release it, I get the best or the yawn.
Yeah.
But I'm not absorbing because obviously we call our guide to protect us, because otherwise it could be very tricky.
Yeah, Lara, so Andrew mentioned earlier that there are like many entities out there, like over 22. And what sort of entities do you specialize in, would you say? Or can you just work with a number of type of entities? And what are those entities for those who didn't quite watch or listen into Andrew's chat earlier? Well, what entities are we actually referring to right now, Lara?
Well, I never have them. Also because they presented to me in a different shape. But like, for example, is the shape of a dragon when it's fear or when it's a depression. I can feel the shape of a dragon. Or sometimes it's when we have like a foggy mind, there are webs and I can see spiders and the eggs. I know sometimes I laugh at myself. It's like, is it really happening? But this is my perception. And so I never count them because each time they have different shapes and depends on the client I'm dealing with. I see what type of entity they have. Also, it's very interesting how if we didn't learn the lesson, they come back again and again and again. But sometimes they need guidance to move on. It's also from a place of love, because at the end of the day, they came here to help us.
Yes.
So we needed to come from a place of love and but with power, and help them to go back where they came from or go to the light.
So earlier, Lara, you mentioned there's actually more than 7 chakras. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people only know the top 7, I suppose they are, if you can call them the top 7. I mean, what are the main sort of meanings and functions of, let's say, the top 7? I mean, if there's more, then we haven't got enough time to go through all of them. But,
well, the main one, we have the crown chakra, which is connected to the spirituality, connection to the divine, or our guide. Then we have the Ajna chakra, which is a pineal gland, is a gland where basically is a vision, an awareness, an understanding what is happening. Then the thyroid gland is the chakra is more like a communication, but sometimes is also related to controlling situation. It's coming from the throat. Then we have the heart chakra, obviously is about love.
Yeah.
And then we have the solar plexus is about self-power and wisdom power, and is the self-value you have about yourself. Then we have the sex chakra, is about creativity. And the basic chakra is about security and the self-power. These one are the main ones.
Yeah, cool. There's obviously, as you mentioned, a lot more that you work with, but the idea is to at least try and, do you balance your chakras or do you clear the chakras? Like, how would you describe what we need to do as a human being?
What I do, and eventually I like to teach this technique, is I feel the chakra and I see what I feel. If there is so can I use you as a guinea pig?
Yeah, sure. Guinea pig away. Yeah, I'm here.
So your crown chakra is expanded, but not as much. It's more like straight instead of wide.
Okay.
Then the throat chakra is a little bit tight. And this is interesting because sometimes I feel what the clients feel. So like if they connected to the Akashic Records reading and reading the chakra, if I feel like they've been strangled in the past life, I can feel it in the throat, very tight. And then your heart chakra is very much expanded. It's very nice and strong. And the solar plexus chakra as well is nice. The creativity chakra, the sex chakra, that one is a little bit tight, but no major blockages. And the basic chakra is nice and strong. So what I would do, I would ask you, always guided from my guides, they suggest me for you to make some affirmation. So I would ask you, repeat after me. I isolate and release.
I isolate and release, yeah.
All thoughts, forms, and beliefs.
All thoughts, forms, and beliefs.
From my body, mind, and spirit.
My body, mind, and spirit.
From this life or any other lifetime.
From this life going into another lifetime.
All energy.
all energy
that tells me
that
I needed to control the situation
I need to control the situation
to a better outcome.
to a better outcome.
And this is not my truth,
This is not my truth,
because I trust I'm guided
because I trust I'm guided
and I'm protected.
and I'm protected.
So be it.
So be it.
And breathe in from the divine and breathe out from your throat chakra. Back and front. And then and again, I feel what my guides want me to feel. Okay. I isolate and release
I isolate and release
all energies of fear to communicate my truth.
from fear to communicate my truth, is that?
Yeah. So be it.
So be it.
Breathe in from the divine and breathe out from your throat chakra. Front and back again. That's it. Now it's more expanded than before. And like this, I do every single chakra where I feel like there is congestion or blockages.
Nice.
To make it the balance. And then I isolate all the chakras to make it the balance. Sometimes I receive blessings for the client. Sometimes, most of the time, because really and truly, they're all waiting up there for us for a better present. But also, it's very important, and I'm related to all the speakers before me so often. The mindset is important, the subconscious mind is important. Spiritual practice is important, but sometimes what happens, people do meditation and they're expecting miracles during that practice of meditation, but the result is everyday's life. So when we make the connection to the divine and we silence the mind, if we can do that out of the blue 3-4 times every day, it works better than just sit there and try to shut your mind. Just to be present in the now. I just burp.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, it's okay. We're in a safe place. Allowed to burp.
And so it's just, and every time I do this healing, I'm always amazed how powerful it could be and how easy. Now, after working in a restaurant, I'm now in the morning a dog walker because I want to connect it to nature and animals, and and I'm really going through a very powerful healing process right now, and but eventually, actually, I already started. I want to do this healing on animals as well. And the fact that I had that experience with my dog when I was very young, to have this telepathic experience is going to help me if I have to ask the animals to release the energy. But with Akashic Records reading, I can work with the soul without going through the physical. So it's all a journey.
It's an interesting path for you to take, to be fair, because it's quite an unusual way of working. I mean, animals, everyone loves animals, and we're all curious to know why we do form such a strong bond with our fairy friends. I mean, they make us feel loved and special, and it'd be amazing to really sort of see and understand their journey as a soul on earth. Just because they're fairy and they're smaller than us doesn't mean to say they're less important. They're just they're amazing. Like my 2 cats, I'm a big cat fan. They're lovely little souls, and I would love to know if they could like communicate to me. I would love to know what they're thinking. So I wish you all the best on your chosen path as you move forward. That sounds so interesting. You have to keep us updated with how that particular work is going, because obviously you get feedback, instant feedback, working with us as clients.
Yes.
What sort of feedback would you be looking for from animals when you work with them? Like,
interesting.
they wouldn't burp, would they?
No, no, I don't think so. But what I think would they do? I don't know. I have to wait for the result.
Yeah, you have to wait for the record keepers and guides to let you know what the sign should be. I know with cats, like there's a lovely thing that's said within the cats community. If the cat looks at you with lovely warm eyes and they just, you know, they blink, but a nice slow warming blink, that's like the I love you eyes. So maybe they'll react to you in that way. I'm not too sure about dogs as such. I used to be a dog owner, but not anymore. But yeah, interesting. You'll have to keep me informed, Lara.
Well, only a couple of days ago, I was doing dog walking. I had these two greyhound dogs, and one disappeared. She's on long lead because she's a bit cheating, but she wouldn't come back to me when I was calling her. And her friends, well, there are two friends living in the same house, but they're not related. And it's very interesting. This is another thing. These two dogs, they were found in the wild in the UK. And the vet says that they were two sisters. But the owner, she didn't know what happened. So by connected to the pranic healing, my higher self, and I asking questions. So I asked the question, are they related? At the first time they said yes. And I said, okay, they're mother and daughter. But then they say, no, they're not. They are mother and daughter, but the mother adopted the daughter, but they're not related by blood, only by affection. Okay. And then she asked me how many days they were lost in the wild. So I asked her the Akashic records. They give me 5 days. But it wasn't traumatic. They were just hungry and thirsty, and they didn't went through any traumatic experience. And then I said, okay, take me towards with the mind again. I asked her to take me where the other dog was, and he was stuck in the bushes. You see, it's just mind blowing. I feel like I'm a little girl.
Well, you can tell you're on the right path for you. That's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to Kathleen, because she was, since I met her, my life changed.
Yeah. We've had a lovely comment come through from Alex, and I completely resonate with your message. You just have like the most awesome energy that comes through, Lara. So whether you are helping us humans or our furry friends and associates, your work is just amazing. So thanks ever so much. And you have a great gift today. And we are really talking about how to get back into your best version of yourself, because life can take over. We've got entities coming in and out. How rude, but hey, that's what they do. And we've got loads of blocks that we can't quite see, but you can. So your awesome gift today is a chakra reading using the Akashic records. And if you want to maybe elaborate more on what your gift is today, Lara.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the clearing of chakras. Yeah.
How long's your session? Remind us.
Well, 1 hour, but I can do like 40 minutes.
Yeah, lovely. So if you've actually watched Lara from the beginning, from 4:45, we did go through a quick snippet of what people can expect if they were to book their session through you, Lara, which is awesome. If you are on YouTube and you are watching this and you would like Lara's gift as well as the other gifts that we have today, then feel free to jump onto the link. If you can't find the link, that's fine. Send me a message, I'll send you the link and you will get all the gifts from today. If you are actually tuning in right now from Facebook, the Soul Central Facebook group, feel free just to look at the post. I've been blasting the page today, or the group, I should say. The link is on there. You've got until midnight to register for this event. Otherwise, you won't get access to these gifts after, 12 o'clock tonight. And if you are on the call today on Zoom right now, whether it's the recording or the live right now, you have access to Lara already. But you can just ping back to your emails to see. They'll get your awesome details and access to your chakra reading and clearing using the Akashic records, Lara. So yeah, hopefully you'll get some people come your way. But yeah, again, you are awesome, Lara. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. And thank you for completing. You are the 7th coach of today. So thank you. It's gone super, super quick. You are finishing up the Soul Summit. I will be on in the next 15 minutes. If you want to learn the spiritual secrets to start building and grow your online coaching business to success, I've got a great way to supercharge your online coaching business in the next 30 days. If you want to stick on for that, feel free. But for now, Lara, again, a big thank you. I appreciate you. You've been awesome. And the other coaches that are still on here and everyone else who attend today, thank you so much. And feel free to continue to stay with me until 6 o'clock if you want to enhance your online coaching business journey. Thanks, Lara. I'll see you very soon. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, cheers. Many thanks for watching this video. If you're a coach, healer, therapist or practitioner and would like to supercharge your online coaching business, then feel free to hit the link below in the description box where you can receive the successful 6-figure soul roadmap and training. It walks you through step by step on how to start, build and grow your online coaching business to success. See you in the next video.